Orator. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome an extraordinary group. 16 recipients of the Medal of Honor, the highest award for valor in action against an enemy force, which can be bestowed upon an individual serving in the armed forces. Tossing the coin tonight is World War II veteran Herschel Woody Williams, who received the Medal of Honor for heroism during the Battle of Iwo Jima.
Man, couple steps in, please. Couple steps in, man. Who's going to call the toss? Stay with me, please. Gentlemen, congratulations. Welcome to Super Bowl 52. It's my pleasure to introduce the honorary captain, Corporal Willie Williams, from the United States Marine Corps. Woody is a Medal of Honor recipient for his service to the United States in World War II.
Yes, sir.
Gentlemen, this is the coin for this afternoon's game. The Lombardi Trophy Super Bowl 52 logo is a head. The team logo is a tail. Corporal Wilson, the honor is yours. Captain, call the toss. The call is tails.
Ready to go?
Yes, sir. And it is a head. New England, you've won the toss. I'd like to defer. You want the ball. Which way would you like to kick? Turn around for me, men. Philadelphia will...
All right, now for the final word. Down to the field, and Michelle Tafoya. Michelle.
Well, Al, the Eagles' status as underdogs is amplified tonight as second-year head coach Doug Peterson and his backup quarterback Nick Foles make their Super Bowl debuts against Bill Belichick and Tom Brady, who are in their 8th Super Bowl together. And that experience has made this game seem normal to Brady. He told us, "I don't feel the nervousness or anxiety of this being the Super Bowl. It's like, okay, it's a game." Meanwhile, Foles got some advice via text from Drew Brees, an alum of the same Texas high school, saying, "This is a big stage with a lot going on, but you will hone back into the game." Helping Foles do that will be Peterson, who was Brett Favre's longtime backup in Green Bay. And Peterson's message to Foles has been, if we worry about what Brady and the Patriots are doing, we're not thinking about what we're doing. You're not Tom Brady. Let's go be Nick.
Michelle, ton of star power. Ready to get it started. Super Bowl 52 on the other side of this break. Off. They won the toss. They have deferred. So we'll see the Philadelphia offense. You've got Warner and Clement back deep. Tom Brady over on the sideline. Foles will go right to work after the kickoff. And with the flashballs popping in Minnesota, here we go on a line drive kick fielded by Clement at the 1-yard line. To the outside he goes, and he gets run out of bounds by Patrick Chung up at the 25-yard line. What a story for Nick Foles. A lot of you have been reading about it, hearing about it over the last month or so. Took over when Carson Wentz got hurt. What an odyssey. But during the postseason, he has been tremendous. Started his career with Philadelphia, went to the Rams, asked for his release, spent last year as the backup to Alex Smith in Kansas City, and then came here. LeGarrette Blount starts in the backfield. They have 3 good running backs. Hurts repositions and sets up in the slot to the right. They go right to the air, and the pass is caught by Nelson Aguilar for a gain of 5 up to the 30-yard line, tackled there by Kyle Van Noy.
Just a little zone defense to start things off for Aguilar, and I love what Doug Peterson did. Instead of coming out and being cautious, letting Nick Foles come out and just get settled with a run play, come out and throw it right away. Get him in the game.
Matt Patricia, who will be named head coach of the Detroit Lions in a couple of days, was on the left. Lunt is the back, and again a pass out here is caught by Aguilar. Foles ended the championship game by completing his last 15 in a row, so that's 17 straight.
Yeah, and you know, he seemed so confident, didn't he, Al? It did not seem too big. He played great in the championship game. I thought his vision, his focus down the field, some of the scrambles in the pocket were tremendous.
And you can look at that during the regular season, not very good. In postseason, tremendous. Postseason, the 2 games against Atlanta and Minnesota. From the 32, 3rd down and 4. Foles flushed out, keeps his eyes downfield, and completes it to Alshon Jeffrey. First year with the Eagles, came over from the Bears, and Philadelphia with the game's first down.
Alshon Jeffrey, who's been coming up big, is going to come in, loop back out here, and because the Patriots had an inside stunt, that allowed Nick Foles to scramble just a bit to his left, buy that extra time.
Jeffrey had 9 touchdown receptions during the regular season. From the 49. Here's their first running play. It's Blunt, and he will get stuffed by Kyle Van Noy. Blunt looking for his 2nd Super Bowl ring in a row. Won it with New England last year, and then came over to Philadelphia in the offseason.
How about this play by Kyle Van Noy? Just hammering off the edge. This is exactly where they're trying to get the run game going. You can see the reduced look inside. Off-tackle runs are going to be huge, but if Kyle Van Noy plays like that all night, you could forget that option.
Loss of 2. Now you've got Jay Ajayi. He was picked up in midseason from Miami. He's in the backfield. And here's the first of the run-pass options. The RPOs, as they are called these days in the pass, is incomplete. At the 38-yard line, Torrey Smith could not hold it in. It's 3rd down and 12 for the Eagles.
Yeah, for Doug Peterson, he is not going to get beat tonight because he's afraid, because he's nervous about his quarterback. We saw it in the championship game. He is going to dial up some shots. And we also know from Nick Foles that he likes that style. He does not want to apologize to Bill Belichick or anybody. He's coming out firing.
3rd and 12. Foles deep in the pocket, fires downfield, and that is hauled in at the 38-yard line by Torrey Smith, the former Raven, former 49er, tackled there by Eric Rowe, a former Eagle, gain of 15.
You need some time for this one. Watch the center here, Jason Kelsey. It looks like he's going to get beat on this stunt, but he recovers just in time to allow Foles to make the turn and pick up that 1st down. Kelsey, one of the better athletes that you will find playing that center position. Nice catch.
Folks think he is the best center in the league. Jockey in the backfield from the 38-yard line. Again, the RPO, and the pass is caught by Ertz, the tight end. He was their leading receiver during the regular season, caught 74 and had 8 touchdowns.
Yeah, they caught Kyle Van Noy in a coverage where he was going to drop back over the middle. And that time, Nick Foles, who seems to have his eyes working out here. You know, sometimes, Al, early...
He stayed healthy, hurt against the Rams in December, and that got Foles into the lineup. 2nd down and 3. This time they hand it to Ajayi on an inside run. Ajayi. Season, and you know, he has a different idea as to why he was released. the Dolphins will tell you another thing, but Philadelphia thrilled to have him.
Al, he is a violent runner. He is a violent finisher. He is the guy that is on the other half of that RPO. If he gets going to the outside, this offense is going to work.
Opening drive of the game. This is the 9th play, and there he goes, and he gets tripped up and tackled to the 21. That's Van Noy, already off to a great start, who makes the tackle, gain of 6, 2nd down and 4.
So interesting to watch these RPO plays. You'll see the defense basically split. These people going here, they're going there, and it leaves a big gap right up the middle. Once again, Jason Kelce out front with a key block.
Patriots 29th in yardage allowed defensively, so that was bad. Points allowed only 5th. The old saying, bend not break, and they've been great in the red zone. 2nd down and 4. A little flip out here to Corey Clement. And Clement gets inside the 10 and sets up a 1st down and goal. Clement, rookie out of Wisconsin, undrafted.
Once again, the stunt catching up. You see the Patriots looping inside, so the perfect play call there by Doug Peterson. And these screens have been fantastic, not just for Nick Foles, but for the Eagles throughout the course of these playoffs.
Chris Long reacting as he takes a look at the big screen. Here comes the 11th play of the drive. To the 1-yard line. He goes. Lawrence Guy makes the tackle there.
Al, this is some impressive start, isn't it?
Beautiful.
I'm
for
telling
Philadelphia.
You've got to wonder over there. Bill Belichick and Matt Patricia are probably thinking, no, that's fantastic. Give them the ball first. We'll get it to start the second half. Nick Foles is going to be nervous. Not yet.
Patricia, that familiar red vest. Blunt is the running back. He already has 10 postseason touchdowns in his career. Now we've got our first whistle. So Gene Steratore will take the mic for the first time tonight.
False start. Offense number 86. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Zach Ertz, the tight end, making it 2nd down and goal.
You know, Al, how many times have we talked about this Patriots defense this year? They are the classic bend, don't break. You will always pile up a lot of yards against Matt Patricia's defense, but scoring touchdowns, it's a different story.
They allowed only 6 rushing touchdowns all season, 2nd fewest in the league. Now a little fake toss. Foles goes the other way and throws that out of the back of the end zone. Aguilar the closest to it, and it will be 3rd down and goal. Just talking about that Patriot defense and how good they have been in the red zone. 4th in touchdown percentage, 1st in takeaways. Points allowed only 3.9, 2nd best in the league. So they give up a ton of yardage, a lot of it early in the season. Then they got it together, and they're very tough down here. 3rd and goal.
Yeah, and now you have to start watching the tight end, Zach Ertz, and you watch Alshon Jeffrey. Love those little skinny posts in the back of the end zone thrown up high.
This Ertz back and forth. Off play action to the back of the end zone and broken up there by Rowe. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver, and it's interesting that Rowe got the start instead of Malcolm Butler tonight. So he'll have to settle for a field goal attempt.
Well, I think you're going to recognize this name. James Harrison coming off the edge, and no way in the world you're going to get a back, Ajayi, to come out there and make that play. And then here's Rowe on the back end. They try to get it up high, let him jump ball, but Rowe got just enough of him to not allow that jump to take place. Good stand there by the Patriots.
Jake Elliott, a rookie, had to get him early in the season when Caleb Sturgis got hurt opening day. 25-yard attempt is good. Including halftime in the postgame show with the NBC Sports app. More details at NBCSports.com. The Hall of Fame class, Randy Moss and the old Eagle, Brian Dawkins. Everybody thrilled about that. Ray Lewis says Bobby Beathard. And congratulations to him. Spectacular career as a general manager. And down the line we go. The brand new Hall of Fame class for 2018. So the Eagles had the ball for almost half the quarter. And now a touchback here as Dion Lewis takes a knee. So passes, completions, yards, touchdowns. He owns all of those. So Brady 5-2 in his 7 Super Bowls. His first play tonight from the 25-yard line. They start with a fullback, Devlin, along with Lewis in the backfield. Well, play action, slip it to the other side, and Brandon Cooks incomplete. Bouncing ball, 2nd down and 10. Of course, Tom Brady, 17 days ago, that collision with Rex Burkhead in practice, and the gushing cut. He wore that tape during the championship game, but not tonight, Chris.
No, he said he was ready to go with it. Might stick a little glue on there just to toughen up that hand. He had a pad on it in the last game, and he felt like that messed with his grip a little bit on the football. So no glove, no tape, nothing.
Got used to it by the 4th quarter, though.
Yeah.
Brady throws, and that'll be caught, and that is James White, who had a tremendous day in the Super Bowl last year. He's run out by Jenkins, and that'll be a 1st down on a gain of 15 yards.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting to see that Jenkins is going to be on White. Watch the in-and-out route here. It is the quickness of the New England Patriots at the wide receiver position that has taken them in many ways to so many of these championships.
To the line quickly, set up a screen, but a flag is down. That's James White making the grab. Might have been 12 guys on the defense. That seems to be the initial call from Gene Steratore. Brady's so good at creating those situations.
Defense, 12 men on the field at the snap. 5-yard penalty. Replay. 1st down.
Well, if there's one guy that knows all about Bill Belichick and what he likes to do, it's that guy right there, Jim Schwartz. He basically got his first job with Bill Belichick in Cleveland, and he was offered an unbelievable deal. He got to work 100 hours a week for no pay.
And brought coffee to the secretary.
That's right, went shopping for the secretary. Said they were too important.
Trips to the right on 1st down and 5. Lewis is the running back. Off play action, good protection. Wide open, Chris Hogan, who gets inside the 30 and takes the ball down to the Philadelphia 27-yard line. Amendola with a great block, and Brady's going to take him right up to the line after a gain of 28.
Yeah, and this is going to be an issue, I think, tonight for the Philadelphia Eagles. This is a team that lost their signal caller in Jordan Hicks. Can they keep up with the pace of Tom Brady?
End around, give it to Hogan, who just made that last catch, and he'll get spun out of bounds at about the 23 by Jalen Mills.
How about Rob Gronkowski? You think he's back from the concussion? Check this one out. Goodbye. Welcome to the Super Bowl, rookie Derek Barnett.
Got hurt. Yeah, got hurt against Jacksonville and didn't pass the concussion protocol until this week. At the 14 days off. Lewis and the fullback Devlin in the backfield on 2nd down and 6. 6.5 minutes to go in the quarter. Philadelphia on top 3-0. Brady fires over the middle, caught at the 14-yard line. Rob Gronkowski led the team in catches this season. Rodney McLeod makes the stop. 1st down to England.
Play action an issue. You put the big fullback in, James Devlin, and the middle linebacker reacts, and they get in behind him. That is going to be a problem. This defense, especially this run defense of Philadelphia, is predicated on those linebackers coming down hard and making plays in the run game. Very susceptible to play action.
They split the fullback Devlin out this time. Got White in the backfield. White caught 56 passes this season. Brady will check it down to him, and the ball at the 8-yard line as he's able to haul it in there. White had 20 points in the Super Bowl last year. 3 touchdowns, including the game winner in overtime and a 2-point conversion. There's Josh McDaniels, offensive coordinator. In a couple of days, he will be the head coach of the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, James White has more receptions out of the backfield than all the Eagles running backs combined.
Eagles defense, 6 drives, only 1 touchdown allowed. Patriots have gotten into the end zone 8 times in 9 jaunts, and this is White stopped at the line of scrimmage by Nigel Bradham, making it 3rd down.
Yeah, now we come down to it. Same situation, right? Both teams go up and down the field. Here are the Patriots now with a 3rd down inside the 10-yard line. Can they convert?
They've run 7 plays, 2 runs, 5 passes.
Gronkowski split out wide. That's your first option. If, in fact, he doesn't get help, maybe leaning that way a bit now.
3rd and 4. And they send White into the slot. Brady looks that way, then fires over the middle. Broken up at the goal line. Jalen Mills intended for Gronkowski, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, Brady got away with one there. That ball was well behind Gronkowski, coming on the slant, coming across the middle. And Mills, I think, if he had been able to get in front just a bit with his other hand, might have had an interception right there. A break for the Patriots.
Steven Gostkowski in his 12th year in the league. Boy, they had a pair back-to-back. Had been a Terry there for so long. Gostkowski, a dozen seasons. 26-yard attempt. Ryan Allen to put it down.
It was an exciting game then as well. As a matter of fact, that first Super Bowl for $12, you spent $24 on that one, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. 49-yard line seat. It was perfect. Gostkowski to kick off. And this is returnable to Barner from the 2-yard line. And then Barner back up to the 24. We used to call it the run-pass option, but now in the vernacular, RPO.
Yeah, and basically all it means is the quarterback has the option. He's going to look at a linebacker or a safety or somebody, and they have gone to that and basically decided that Nick Foles is just so much better running that offense than what he was before. So during the bye week, he was able to make the conversion, and we see the Patriots, they have struggled a bit against it.
So Foles going to work here. Starts the game 6 of 9 for 61 yards. Doug Peterson in his 2nd year as the Eagles coach, and he calls the play, sends him in to Foles, who throws over the middle, and that is caught and staying on his feet and picking up some extra yardage, about 8 total, is Nelson Aguilar, who had 2 pretty mediocre seasons and then had a breakout year this year.
Tell you what, how about that action after the catch and made somebody miss? This team in general is very good at breaking tackles after the catch. And there goes James Harrison back in coverage. He's going to take a big shot and miss the much shiftier Nelson Aguilar.
Harrison, 39 years old, oldest defensive player in the league, long time Pittsburgh Steeler. Blunt is the running back with Garrett Blunt over the right side, breaks free into Patriot territory and spun down at the 33-yard line by Deron Harmon. The former Patriot off to the races for 36 yards.
Big guys right up here. This is the strength of the offensive line for the Philadelphia Eagles on that right side. Nice job by Wisniewski as well coming down. And for LeGarrette Blount, how much do you think he enjoyed that particular run? He was asked to take a bit of a pay cut if he wanted to stay in New England. He said, no thanks. I'll take my shot to beat you in Philadelphia.
And there's Brandon Graham saluting him from the Eagles sideline. Ball at the 34. Play action. Going for it all into the end zone, and it is caught. Alshon Jeffrey for the touchdown. He beats Eric Rowe, who made the big play on the first drive to hold him to a field goal, but not this time. The former Bear, 34 yards and a touchdown.
And Nick Foles told us, he said, early in this game, I want to be able to take my shot. And there goes his big guy. As we have seen, these Philadelphia Eagles have a way of playing above the rim. You watch these receivers come on the field, you think you're getting ready to watch an NBA game. They go up, box out, rebound, and they've been putting points on the board with that formula all season long.
Every scoring play, of course, gets reviewed. Looks pretty good to us from this point as they check it out. You know the phrase these days, can you survive the ground?
Can any of us survive the ground?
Right. Not the underside.
Confirmed Here we go, here we go, here we go.
And you heard Steratore say it's confirmed. So Philly with the game's first touchdown. And Elliott now for the extra point. Johnny Jones puts it down, and that kick is no good. He missed it on this frigid Sunday night. Oh, please.
Hashtag, and that is taking over the world, by the way. Everywhere. It's everywhere. You already did a little dance, and you thought you got out of it in the pregame show. I'm just telling you right now, your hashtag has flown around the world and back 25 times.
That is a career ender. I'm telling you right now. 1 yard line, Dion Lewis. He'll bring it back to the 19-yard line. Tackled by Good. Is a man down for the Patriots at the 25-yard line. Jeff Lurie exultant along with the actor Bradley Cooper.
What brings you home?
Had a tremendous day back in the early 90s. So Brady goes to work. Second possession. Lewis is the tailback. Through the middle, breaks a tackle and picks up about 8 yards, getting to the 26-yard line.
Well, one of the things you have to do is slow down the pass rush of this team. One of the great ones, Fletcher Cox right there. They're going to trap him early. Why do you do that? To give him a lot of different looks inside. You don't want him just flying up the field and getting after Tom Brady. Nice play call.
Whoops. 2nd and 2, and that's Gronkowski moving around, and that'll cost him 5 yards.
False start. Offense. Number 87. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
That's the first penalty against the Patriot offense in this entire postseason.
I think Gene Steratore has more fun at football than you do.
He does. What, his index card tonight?
Had us sign it.
He did. The one that got the first down for Dallas against Oakland in December. 2nd down and 7. Brady stays in the pocket, and then the pass is incomplete. Intended there for Chris Hogan. Covered well. 3rd down and 7.
One of the big matchups on the outside is going to be Vinny Curry going against Nate Solder at that left tackle position. You know the Patriots are going to want to try and help inside where Fletcher Cox and company, Brandon Graham, can really cause some damage in there. So that means probably Nate Solder has to stand up all night.
Rotate Chris Long, number 56, into the defensive front. James White is the back. Brady under pressure, slips away deep downfield, and getting free is Danny Amendola, and breaking tackles and taking it all the way to the 29-yard line. Danny Playoff Amendola is his new nickname.
Here we go. Right down the sideline. It's going to be right there. And this is just a blown coverage. You saw Ronald Darby moving inside. It was a zone defense, and Tom Brady knew it. His wide receivers on the outside flip-flop spots. The Eagles didn't adjust. He knew exactly what he had.
A minute to go now in the quarter from the 29-yard line. Play action. Fires. Caught. Hogan backhands it and picks up a first down on the gain at 12 to the 17-yard line. Tackled there by Corey Graham.
Well, we have seen this Eagles defense all season long lead the league, highest percentage of 3 and outs, and yet they are really struggling with this pace of Tom Brady.
No huddle again. Big hole again to the 11-yard line. We've had a lot of offense. I mean, we haven't even played a quarter. New England has 149 yards, and Philadelphia has 149, and New England has 138.
And Tom Brady is like, do not get in arguments or fights out here on the field. These guys are tired. Let's wear them down. Get out of those altercations.
Don't let them rotate. 2nd and 4. Slipping through the middle, taking it to the 8, and then it'll take us to the end of the quarter. James White is there. So the next period begins with a 3rd down and 1. End of 1, 9-3. Philadelphia. Philadelphia. Super Bowl 52 on NBC continues after these messages. Of course, we were talking about how New England's season started, but they rebounded. You look at Philadelphia's season. I mean, they were 7-9 last year. They started out a house on fire. They were number one in a lot of the power polls until they went to Los Angeles and lost Carson Wentz in December.
Yeah, and to be fair, we saw a couple of good games out of Nick Foles, and then at the end of the season, 2 very poor games. And then it was Doug Peterson and Frank Reich, both of whom had been backup quarterbacks for extended periods of their careers, going back, having that extra week, and taking a good long look at what it was that Nick Foles did in 2013 with Chip Kelly that was so successful. They incorporated some of that, and then by the time the playoffs started, he was rolling.
So Frank Reich authored 2 of the greatest comebacks in football history, one in college in Maryland, and of course one with the Buffalo Bills against the then Houston Oilers.
A little surprised he didn't get some action in the head coaching derby.
Sooner or later. Gostkowski's kick is 52 yards into the end zone. So let's look at the quarterbacks to this point in the game. 143 yards off the hand of Foles and 191 already for Tom Brady.
You know what's the most bizarre stat not shown there? Maybe the biggest play, 1 drop by Tom Brady.
By Brady.
Go figure.
And the pass from Amendola. Brian Hoyer, his backup quarterback, going over the tablet with him. So here's Foles. Almost quit after he was released by the Rams. Went on a camping trip with his brother-in-law and said when he was going to come back, there's only one guy he was going to play for, Andy Reid. And Reid brought him to Kansas City last year and backed up Alex Smith. From the 25-yard line. And you got movement. Hurts. Second time for him.
Offense, number 86, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Yeah, he took him from the 2-yard line to the 7-yard line on the other false start.
Yeah, and that one took probably 4 points off the board there with that one. But believe me, Zach Ertz and the inside receivers, I keep thinking this is going to be an inside game throwing the ball. The other one, Nelson Aguilar, inside as well.
First and 15, Clement picks up 1. Clement getting an opportunity to play a lot this season when they lost Darren Sproles to a season-ending injury in week 3. Undrafted rookie out of Wisconsin. He's done a great job.
Well, I don't know how many times we've done this with the Pittsburgh Steelers, but James Harrison, you want somebody to set the edge on your defense, and of course that's the very fundamental part of Bill Belichick's defenses. Who better than that guy? He is a hammer. You'll see him lift weights sometime.
Second and 14. Harrison, 39 years old, and says he's still playing next year. Foles gets it away. Caught. It's Torrey Smith. Spins his way up to the 31-yard line. Tackle there by Gilmore. It makes it 3rd down and 3.
I love what Nick Foles is doing. Sees the blitz, throw it right behind it. If you see the blitz coming, just throw it right over his head. There he is. Nice pickup. Nick Foles is seeing the field.
3rd down call is 4. 6 minutes to go in the opening half. Ajayi on an inside handoff. Look at him go. Jay Ajayi to the 40-yard line. Knee goes down there. Tons of yardage. He and Blunt both massive amounts of yardage after contact. Case in point there.
3rd and 4. How many times do you see? Here's Wisniewski right here, but also on the outside we had Nelson Aguilar with a great block. But how many times, Al, have we seen this year Doug Peterson on 3rd and 4? It's a pass down for everybody in the league. Pick up big plays running the football like he just did.
He's got those 2 backs. from the 44 on first down. Foles going deep down the sideline, and it is juggled and intercepted by Harmon at the 3-yard line. Jeffrey couldn't handle it, and New England gets the takeaway on a deflection into the arms of Harmon. First turnover of the game. He couldn't one-hand it. New England has the ball. Lewis is the running back. Devlin the fullback, and he gets crunched after a gain of 4 by Kendricks, and we go to Michelle.
Well, I spoke with both Alshon Jeffrey and Stephon Gilmore before the game. You know, Jeffrey was Gilmore's a groomsman in his wedding. They each talked about the fun they had in college competing, but this is their first meeting as pros, and Jeffrey told me their battle tonight would be a good one, but he said it's been a long time since college, and I'm pretty sure he got better just like I got better, Al.
No question, Jeffrey already off to a good start with a touchdown and 3 catches for 73. Second down now and 6 from the 14-yard line. Brady over the middle, and that's dropped at the 19-yard line. Incomplete. Gronkowski could not handle it. Gronkowski's caught 1 tonight for 9 yards. That's it.
Yeah, this has been a little bit of an unusual game, and I think that right now the Patriots have to reconsider a little bit what they're doing. Gronkowski needs more, and I think these backs need a little more action coming out of the backfield. James White's going to come out wide, but once again, Malcolm Jenkins on him. Maybe not quite the matchup that Brady liked with Jenkins.
3rd and 6. Fired. That's incomplete. Flag comes in, though. Chris Hogan with Jalen Mills on the coverage. First flag on a pass play.
Prior to the pass, holding, defense, number 31. 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Here's the matchup right inside there, going across. Let's take a look and see if Mills hooks that hip and turns him. That's what they're going to call, I believe.
There's the hold.
Yeah, well, it's a chokehold, wasn't it?
It was. It's a first down after a 3rd and 6. Now scooting up to the 25-yard line goes Dion Lewis, who was the leading rusher this year with 896 yards. 2nd and 5.
Well, we've talked about him before, but Fletcher Cox, just one of the real stars in the National Football League. And the thing, Al, that I appreciate more than anything about him, he's not just a pass rusher. That guy has a way of finding the ball carrier, devastating initial punch, and then finds the ball carrier.
To the outside, picking up the first down. Up to the 32 goes Dion Lewis. Devlin with the block. Yeah, there's a reason why Cox is the highest paid guy on the team. You don't see that very often for an interior defensive lineman.
Yeah, we've got a few good ones around the league. Aaron Donald named the Defensive Player of the Year, right? And this guy is pretty much right there behind him. We haven't seen a ton from Brandon Graham. Brandon Graham is the leading sacker on this team and a guy that gets a lot of pressure as well. This defensive line now, these are some of the moments they need to win the battle.
Graham had 9 sacks during the regular season, but there he was on the sideline. First down now. Play clock at 1. Brady with good protection throws into traffic, and that's incomplete. Well covered. Ron McLeod on Gronkowski to make it 2nd down and 10.
Interesting. That was sort of a bang play right at the top end of that route. Let's watch McLeod come down. They're going to say he's going for the ball. There have been a few like that. It is always so difficult. They are not going to give you the benefit of the doubt, not in the Super Bowl.
White is the back on 2nd and 10. He stays in the block. Brady going deep down the right sideline for Hogan, who rolls it in at the 25-yard line. Got past Jalen Mills. Another big play for Hogan.
Anytime the Patriots want to go down the field, they're going to chip with these guys on the outside to buy Brady a little more time. And I've been waiting for this one to happen because The New England Patriots knew that Jalen Mills has given up a lot of these double moves on the season. A little hesitate and go, and now the Patriots have a great long drive going.
Gain of 43. Hogan's already caught 3 for 83. Brady's thrown for 234 to this point. Big hole left side. James White inside the 10, takes it to the end zone. Touchdown Patriots. 26 yards, 90-yard drive, kept alive by a holding penalty. And in they go in 7 plays.
Really nice job. Anytime you get big runs, you need plays on the backside. Watch Shaq Mason here go get the linebacker. Watch Cameron Fleming with the cutoff block on Jernigan. And that is going to allow James White to get in the open field. And that guy just keeps doing it. Super Bowls, holy smokes.
That's 7 touchdowns for White in his last 4 postseason games. Extra point is no good. Go figure. We've got 2 missed extra points and a field goal. And with 2:04, it's 15-12. Once again, go back to the snap. Good. Hold looked pretty good.
Looked like there was a little bobble on the tail end of that hold, and maybe just a half a, oh boy. You know, and when something goes wrong early, kind of gets in your head a little bit, and now you have to wonder, should this thing come down? See that little readjust right in the last second? But now you start to think, boy, this looks like it's going to be one of those back and forth close games that the Patriots always seem to play. Well, now we're confident they are kicking those field goals now.
4 seconds from the 2-minute warning. 15-12. Clement Barner. This time it is Barner. And Barner with a nice run back, and then he gets popped by Gostkowski. Kicker knocks him down. 2-minute warning. Eagles by 3. He's 7 yards by Jordan Richards. 2nd down and 3.
We've seen the Patriots play from behind a lot, right? They did against Jacksonville in the championship game, of course, the Super Bowl last year, and I think everybody in the National Football League, especially Doug Peterson, has been watching, and they know they have to play this one all the way out like they're either tied or behind, and they will be firing here.
2nd down and 3. Foles to this side. Hold in, 47-yard line, but incomplete. Didn't get to the ground with it. Torrey Smith couldn't complete the process. Eric Rowe with the coverage. Makes it 3rd down and 3.
That's why you keep playing. Watch Rowe here. Just keep fighting and keep fighting as he's going to the ground. The ball comes out. It's a good call. At least under the old rules. We'll see what the new rules are going to be.
Who knows?
That's a big drop, though. That should have been a 1st down.
Yeah, they don't want to give New England the ball back and have them go down the field. New England's going to get the 2nd half kickoff as well. 3rd and 3. And that is floated and caught down the sideline by Clement. Corey Clement breaks the tackle inside the 20. Makes it 1st down and goal. A little floater. Perfect touch. Corey Clement for 55 yards.
Jordan Richards overly aggressive, gets hit with the swing route right there. They're going to try and pick inside. Didn't have to, but you could tell that Richards felt like with that possible pick coming, he had to loop underneath, and that's what created the opening out there for Clement.
Harmon could not make the tackle. He got stiff-armed. Ball is at the 9-yard line. Look at that. Over 600 total yards in the game. Under a minute. Through the middle. Still on his feet. Clement. Boy, he's the 3rd down back, but he's been a bull here at 2nd down and goal. And Brady with Belichick. Timeout is taken here.
You know, this is a stuff. This is a stuff. They should have had this for about a 2-yard game, but Clement just kept driving, and he is really making a statement so far in this game. He got a lot of practice time this week because of the ankle injury to Jay Ajayi, and he's been sensational. He really has come on here at the end of the season.
The timeout was taken by New England, trying to conserve some time if they can get the ball back and limit it maybe to a field goal. Second down and goal.
Well, you know what the Patriots love, those double ups, right? Get the ball at the end of the half and then be able to take advantage. And certainly they hurt Jacksonville with that score at the end of the half in the championship game. Now they've got the full house backfield going, but I bet they shift.
Check this out, at least for the moment. A lot of shifting.
Yeah, but Aguilar is still in the backfield.
Clement playing the role of fullback. He's going to get to the 1-yard line. It'll be third down and goal, and another timeout is taken here by New England. So the halftime report coming up. Guys break down the first half. Tell you what each team needs to do in the second half. Coming up at the half. In addition, of course, to Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, I was going to say, as much as everybody wants to hear what they have to say, they might be hanging around for Justin Timberlake. And what you're going to do at halftime.
No.
Huh?
No, there's no
the challenge, hashtag Al Michaels.
I can see.
Shake your booty. No, you're not going for it?
Justin's killing me, I'm telling you. Doesn't go with spinal stenosis, you know.
Big moment right here.
Third down and goal from the 1. 5 receivers.
And coverage. Watch the picks.
To the outside, and Jeffrey gets taken down in the end zone by Gilmore, and no flag. So 4th and goal.
Let's take a look right there, just one-on-one on the outside. I don't think there's enough action there. I thought that's a good call. Looked a little bit more like Jeffrey was just falling back for the ball. Peterson wanted a call and did not get it. Are they really going to go for this?
Well, they're lining up to go for it anyway from the 1-yard line with 38 seconds.
Whoa, baby.
He's a gambler.
And they're good at 2-point conversions. They probably have a play they really like.
Philadelphia, 30-second timeout.
Taking a look at how the Patriots were lining up 17 4th-down conversions. That's the most by any team in almost a decade, 1 for 1 in the 2 playoff games. Doug Peterson, what a job he has done. Long-time backup. Dan Marino was in front of him in Miami, and then for many years Brett Favre on Andy Reid's staff when he got into coaching in the NFL. A decade ago, he's coaching high school in Louisiana.
This is an unbelievable call. This is like going for the onside kick against Peyton Manning, because you don't want him to get the ball too many times. You don't think you can hold him out. And here we go. This could decide the game.
4th and goal. And they're going to snap it, and it's Trey Burton who throws, caught. Foles, touchdown. How do you figure? They go to the very, very, very back of the playbook for the touchdown.
Trey Burton, a college quarterback, and watch all the action. Foles is going to sneak over here, direct snap, everybody comes up, and here we go. What a play call by Doug Peterson. This play call has a chance to be remembered as one of the all-time greats, just going for it and to complete the pass that the Patriots could not.
Wow. To Burton, to Foles, Elliott for the extra point.
Wow.
34 seconds.
What a call.
That's Deuce Staley, longtime running back coach.
Here we go. They've got all these signals. Shotgun, he would not have been eligible but for the fact he was in the shotgun, not under center. And there's the old basketball player. They talk about Nick Foles. He's more comfortable playing quarterback like a point guard, and here he is receiving the pass that is going to be shown a billion times.
There's Mike Trout of the California Angels, the LA Angels of Anaheim. You know, Chris started out by talking about, as you look at Patricia on the other side, about Doug Peterson. He's going to be aggressive. That's as aggressive as you could possibly be. You go for it on 4th down with the all-time trick play.
One of the all-time gutsy calls right there. You don't make that, give it back to Brady right there. That would second guess forever. What a call.
Down in the end zone here. So the Patriots are going to get it with 34 seconds, trying to at least to get into field goal range. One timeout. So the pass to Brady did not work. The pass to Foles did.
We saw it. They had their own trick play, set it up perfectly, had Brady wide open. Could not make the play. And on the other end, much younger, Nick Foles did. Breathtaking. That's breathtaking. In a Super Bowl, that's a breathtaking call.
323 yards in the first half for Philadelphia. So Brady with a little time to try to get him down the field. Protection is outstanding. Deep down the field into double coverage and incomplete. Intended for Danny Amendola. You had Mills back there with Corey Graham. That took 7 seconds off the clock, 2nd down.
Anytime, if you're going to take away Gronkowski, you have to take away this seam route. Look at all the action out here, and I think it's making Brady crazy. This is their go-to play when you're talking about Gronkowski, and yet they have been right underneath it all night long. It's a good play there by Amendola just to break up the interception.
Brady hitting only 50%, 10 of 20, but for 234. And he fires, and that's going to be hauled in at the 45-yard line. Philip Dorsett makes his first catch, and New England will take its final timeout with 20 seconds.
Well, you have to remember now what the loss of Brandon Cooks is going to mean to this team. Nick Foles over there enjoying that little play. But you've got Brandon Cooks, who was the best deep threat, had the most yards of any deep threat in the National Football League over the last 2 years, and they made the deal to bring in Philip Dorsett to this team. He's a very similar player, but doesn't have anywhere close to the skill set or the experience that Brandon Cooks has.
They'll have to play the whole second half, the rest of the game without Cooks. He's gone. They played the entire second half against Jacksonville 2 weeks ago without Gronkowski, and still pulled it out. First down. Brady under pressure, gets jostled. Now he's going to take off. Can't get to the sideline. Tackled there by Brandon Graham. Michigan against Michigan. They got to race up to the line and maybe spike it and then throw a Hail Mary, because the clock is now down to 5, 4. And he just spikes it there too far, of course, for a field goal. One last probable Hail Mary with 3 seconds.
Yeah, unfortunately, they had Chris Hogan all the way down the field there, and he had to hustle all the way back. And being short at wide receiver, maybe they didn't have the natural substitution pattern that they might have had to leave a little more time on that clock. I tell you, we've seen all the trick plays coming out here. I don't know what we're going to get here, but we'll see.
Remember, a defensive foul would extend the half.
Yeah, and Doug Peterson wanted to talk about it. He knew something strange was coming. Boy, what a first half.
Yeah,
this
it's
has
been crazy.
Fantastic.
It's been very entertaining.
Just fantastic.
I mean, you know, all of the talk before the game and everybody's, you know, yakking away and the stories and all of that. Who could have predicted this?
You know, we have seen the underdog Philadelphia Eagles all season long. That little chip on their shoulder, wearing the dog mask. They have worn that well. Patriots came in, they were awfully confident about this game, but it has been the big plays that have really eluded the Patriots just a bit. and the Eagles have made them, and that's been the difference.
Well, they've relished that underdog role. They were the 1 seed, and they were an underdog to the 6 Atlanta in the divisional playoff. Half ends here, barring a defensive foul. And New England will get the ball to start the second half. Send it out here to Danny Amendola, and that will take us to halftime. 276 passing yards for Brady in the half, 215 for Foles. The Philadelphia Eagles trying to win for the first time ever, trying to win the big game for the first time ever. Belichick back to the locker room to begin to make his adjustments, which he makes all game long.
And he's pretty good at halftime, too.
I'll say.
28-3 last time around. They came back and won. 10-point deficit, nothing.
Let's go to Michelle.
All right, with Coach Doug Peterson, 4th and goal from the 1. You call a play that results in a touchdown pass to Foles. What inspired the decision to go for it with that call?
Well, we had just gone all the way down the field, and I wasn't going to stop. I wasn't going to let our offense be stopped on the 1-yard line.
Number 5.
We're just warming up, Al.
Here we go. Second half in Minneapolis underway. And New England will take a knee there. Deion Lewis, we go to Michelle.
Well, I got a chance to speak with Bill Belichick, and I asked him why he did not start Malcolm Butler and why Butler's not playing on defense. And he said, I made the decisions that give us the best chance to win. And as far as trying to stop their run, he said, we got to do better in all phases, Al.
All right. A little bit more semantic samba there, right, from Bill? What else is there?
That was about what we expected.
Of course. Thank you, Michelle. From the 25-yard line. Brady begins this drive. Tom, 12 of 23. Play action. Fires and errant. Intended for Gronkowski. Can't connect with him. Gronkowski tonight, 1 catch for 9 yards, period.
Brady's missing these throws. This is wide open. Here's the seam against the single safety look. This is their bread and butter. This is Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski. 25 throws out of 25. They're going to hit that. And we have seen tonight Tom Brady miss some of these throws. I don't know if his hand's an issue, but he has missed some throws tonight.
Playing without that tape tonight. White is the back. Again, Cooks out of the game. Head injury. Lost in the first half. Brady stepping up. Avoids the pressure. Throws, and this time it is caught by Gronkowski. He gets free. First down. Graham with the tackle. 25 yards.
Let's take a look at Rob Gronkowski in the first half. He's had plenty of opportunities and just not been able to come up with some of those trademark big plays. That last one thrown a bit behind. That was a back shoulder. But it has been this Eagles defense that has continued to make big plays.
Take the inside handoff. Brady throws, and that's Gronkowski. So back to him. After that 1 catch in the first half, he scored 2 in a row. Graham makes the tackle, and that's good for 24.
If at first you don't succeed, it's the exact same play. Exact same play. And if you think they're going to call Gronkowski on that little nudge, forget about it.
325 passing yards now for Brady. White slicing through over the left side to the 23-yard line.
You know, it's so interesting. Doug Peterson probably looked at the scoreboard. See, it looks like everybody's okay getting up. Probably looked at the scoreboard when he made that decision to go for it on 4th and 1 down there and said, with the way these guys start the second half, I'm going to be behind by the time I get the ball back. So he went for it. I still can't get over that. That was so bold.
Gutsy, as gutsy a call as you'll see. But Doug's been doing that a good part of the season. 2nd down and 6. Brady, good protection again, and throws that one out of bounds, intended for Devlin, the fullback, incomplete. 3rd down and 6.
That was nice on the outside there by Malcolm Jenkins. They've been setting that play up with James White flanked out wide. He's going to fake like he's going to go in for the pick. Jenkins did not fall for it. So far, the decision by Jim Schwartz to take Malcolm Jenkins out there on James White has been paying dividends.
They've got Gronkowski split wide to the left. On 3rd and 6. Brady firing in that direction, hits him, and Gronk gets it inside the 10, takes Graham with him, sets up a first down and goal.
Yeah, and Brady saw the pressure that time and knew he was going to get the one-on-one coverage on the outside and took advantage. That was one of the few pressures we've seen so far out of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Opening drive of the second half. This is the 7th play. Making the tackle, taking it down to the 5-yard line goes James White to make it 2nd down and goal.
You know, if you're wondering about the strategy, think back to what happened to the Atlanta Falcons in the Super Bowl last season. Of course, they wore down late and in overtime looked exhausted. But this Philadelphia defense can go about 7 or 8 deep along that defensive line. Shouldn't happen to this bunch.
Four-man rush, and then it's caught. Gronkowski for the touchdown. So he goes from a silent night to a big drive here and gets in for the score.
Now they're starting to get the combination going. He's going to fake outside, come back inside. Darby's going to slip just a bit, but now the combination. You go back to that game against the Pittsburgh Steelers when every
5. Tom trying to break that tie tonight. Took New England 2 minutes and 45 seconds to turn it into a 3-point game. This is Barner. Kenyon Barner with a flag thrown. Barner, a guy whose cousin is the mayor of St. Paul. Change territory. Only 1 penalty against New England tonight, 4 against Philadelphia.
On the return, illegal block in the back. Return team number 54. 10-yard penalty. First down, Philadelphia.
So far, the difference in this game has been the trick plays going to the quarterbacks. First of all, Tom Brady is short arm, couldn't quite get there, and then Nick Foles making the biggest play so far of this season. And so far in this game, we have seen more passes to quarterbacks than punts.
We have only 1 punt in the game by Jones of the Eagles. This drive begins now with Blunt forcing his way through the middle for a gain of 3 up to the 18-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, and you really get the feeling that the difference in this game could still be the play of this offensive line. The Philadelphia Eagles had a great first half running the football, and those big guys up front are as good as they can be. I think arguably the best in football.
No sacks in the game. Foles downfield, fires, and it's dropped. Nelson Aguilar going into the kicking net, covered there by Harmon, incomplete, making it 3rd down and 6.
Boy, that was one of those take your breath away kind of throws right there out of Nick Foles. You think he's confident? Look at this tiny little window. There's people all over this throw. Should have had it.
Third and 6. Clement comes into the backfield. They swing him out. Pass goes up to the 23-yard line. Aguilar breaks away and picks up the first down. And plenty more. Got away from Johnson Batamosi for a gain of 16 yards.
And it did not look like he was going to pick it up. Batamosi right here is in perfect position. He makes the tackle. They're off the field. He misses the tackle. Game on. Big miss. Missing tackles in the open field on 3rd down are absolute killers.
Seen a couple tonight. Aguilar 4 catches, 30 yards. Blunt. There's a back upfield. taken down by Lawrence Guy after a gain of close to 5.
Yeah, you have all kinds of people on the outside. Remember Kyle Vallinoy in the beginning of the game? Now they put this extra offensive lineman in there. Let's go get an extra big body on him. You know you're going to have to work the edges of this New England Patriots defense. Now a few extra big guys in there to try to get that done.
Blunt stays in. He and Ajayi have each carried 6 times tonight. Once again, pulls his way through. Breaking tackles again, takes the ball into Patriot territory to the 48-yard line. Malcolm Brown makes the tackle, first down.
Got to be able to handle the nose tackle. Here it is. Jason Kelsey going up against Malcolm Brown, their best along that defensive line. And I've got to think that something is going on with Jay Ajayi. He had the ankle issue this week, missed a bunch, but he is back in there now.
Here he is. 6 carries for 41 yards for him. Lines up deep in the backfield. Fake toss to him. Pulls, fires low, incomplete. Smith, the intended receiver. Chung covering. Second down and 10. Butler still on the bench. One of the stories, and again, it was a coach's decision. Bill Belichick telling Michelle, hey, we put the players in, we think it best win the game for us. Go figure. The big hero 3 years ago with the interception of Russell Wilson, only playing special teams tonight.
But also remember, he came off the bench to make that play in that game.
Yes, he did. Second down and 10 from the 49-yard line. Ajayi swings to the outside, starts to stumble, keeps his balance, takes the ball to the 40-yard line. The former Dolphin setting up a 3rd down and 1 for Philly. Then Chung is down. Patrick Chung on his knee. And Steratore calls for the training staff.
Patrick Chung, one of the toughest guys on this Patriots defense. But let's take a look at Jay Ajayi. He has one of the great jump cuts, and then he just finishes runs. He has just been violent at the end of runs. It has been something to watch this team since he's come over, what he's been able to do. But this is a big loss right now for the New England Patriots.
Chung out, got popped. Wisniewski also limped off. Isaac Seumalo goes into play left guard, so you're missing Philadelphia as their starting left guard. Chung is out. Jordan Richards comes in to spell him 37 for the Patriots, and it's 3rd down and 1. Seumalo's the extra lineman. Chance Warmack now comes in at left guard.
And right now they have Stephon Gilmore, instead of playing his side, is now traveling everywhere with Alshon Jeffrey.
3rd and 1. Fake to Blunt. Foles fires down the sideline. Caught, first down. Zach Ertz. Having a nice night. Leading receiver on the team this year. Gain of 14. He's caught 4 for 47.
Play fake it, hit the swing. Doug Peterson is unbelievable. You know, every once in a while, you see somebody for the first time in a big moment, and you wonder, okay, he's been bold all year. Is he going to continue to play that way? If anything, Peterson tramped it up a little bit more.
Matt Patricia, that familiar red pullover. The coach of the Pistons within 48 hours. The Lions, of course.
That would make news.
That would make a lot of news. LeGarrette Blount to the 22-yard line. He'll get season tickets to the Pistons, I'm sure.
Well, he's hoping to solve this thing because young Nick Foles, the story all week and the story since the injury to Carson Wentz is, could he hold up? Emotionally, could he play against Tom Brady? This has been some showing by him so far in this one.
So Wentz on the sideline. He hopes to be back for the start of training camp after the knee injury. 2nd down and 6. Trips to the right. Foles dancing around and throws that one out of bounds. Trey Burton, the nearest to it, 3rd and 6. Remember how, morose the entire city of Philadelphia was. They won a huge game against the Rams, but they lose the guy who might have been the MVP. Nobody really knows what Foles can do. Played well the next week against the Giants. Not so well the next 2 games, but very well against Atlanta and terrific against Minnesota.
He's played in 3 playoff games, this being his 4th, and he has been tremendous in all of them. Doesn't turn the ball over. Put the kiss of death on him. Well, shut up now.
3rd down and 6. That line does a good job. The pass into the end zone, and it is Corey Clement. Yes, touchdown. Two officials check with each other back of the end zone. 22 yards on what was a 3rd down and 6.
Straight down the field. That's Marquise Flowers, a 4-5 sprinter out there on him. And how many times, Al, do we come into the Super Bowl and we say, who is it? Who's the unknown?
Take a look here. Starts to lose control. And then that left foot is clearly out of bounds. But did he get the left foot down first with control? Takes it through the ground. Ball begins to wobble a bit.
The previous play will be reviewed.
Can you say definitively this last step? That's out.
It's out, definitely. Under review. Back after this. Wow. Dion Lewis brings it back out to the 25-yard line. We go to the catch once more, Chris.
To me, here's the question. When does he gain control of the football? When does this start? Does he have control there? I would argue no. That foot steps out of bounds. Obviously, close call, tough decision, made in New York. Actually made here in the stadium tonight.
But River on.
I would have called that incomplete.
We've seen that called incomplete, I would say the majority of times. From the 25-yard line. Gain of 1 here for Dion Lewis. Taken down by Mills. It'll be 2nd down and 9. When Matt Patricia watching his defense pretty much getting shredded. It's 408 yards tonight in 2.5 quarters. Gisele Bundchen misses Tom Brady looking on, wondering if her man has another big comeback in him. Of course, that would not be man bites dog news. Brady throws, and it's incomplete. Having to adjust on it was Hogan. Covered there by Corey Graham. He got a flag down. And a little conference here with Gene's territory. Got a hold, it appears, against the defense.
To the pass. Holding. Defense. Number 95. 5-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
Michael Kendricks.
Michael Kendricks right here. Watch the grab on the top end right there. And nobody can sell it like Gronk. I mean, you see him, and, you know, he's a big, strong guy. I do think he was definitely held there. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying Gronk is the best in the NFL at selling those holds.
He'll be down an Oscar, but probably a Golden Globe. Dion Lewis through the middle.
I tell you, it's amazing to watch how fast that defense closes. And Bill Belichick says, hey, my guys that do this, watch how this looks like this is going to be one of those jump cuts to the outside, a little gap in there, and things just close so fast. Vinny Curry that time coming, ripping off the edge. This Eagles defense now, they're not wearing down. It's not happening the way it did with the Atlanta Falcons. They're still on their toes and fresh.
Able to rotate 7 guys in and out. 2nd down and 9. Brady fires over the middle, and that is caught near midfield, taken in by Hogan. Ronald Darby makes the tackle, and that moves the chains.
Look what happens for Tom Brady when he goes to that play action. There is just nobody underneath, and he is so quick getting that football out. It's buying him that extra tenth of a second. And every Super Bowl, it seems like somebody becomes the favorite, right? And now it's beginning to look like Chris Hogan is making some plays for him.
Over 850 total yards in the game, and getting bounced down there by Malcolm Jenkins after a gain of 4, second down and 6.
Watch Malcolm Jenkins. You want to know why he's the leader of this football team? Watch this play. You're talking about one of the toughest players in the open field to tackle in Dion Lewis, and Malcolm Jenkins has been making plays like that all season. He's been covering James White on passes. He's made a big play on a run stop.
Won the Super Bowl as a rookie with the Saints. Second down and 7. Through the middle. Nice little hole there, and then stopping him shy of the first down was Mills, setting up a 3rd and 2. Lewis to the 44.
Patriots, one of those teams that you don't audible so much, but they call 2 plays in the huddle some. And when you see Tom Brady kind of give it the old, I used to say, think about it look, but that means we want play number 2 now.
3rd down and 1 from the 45-yard line.
Sees that motion back in, knows he has man coverage.
Great protection again, down the middle, open inside the 30-yard line. Danny Amendola for a first down as the clock ticks down under 4 minutes to go in the 3rd.
Soon as he knew it was man coverage, goes right to Amendola. But this motion, James White comes back inside, and Malcolm Jenkins, who's played him in man coverage all day, goes with him. So Brady knows at that point he's going to his best man coverage option, and there it was, Danny Amendola.
377 passing yards for the 40-year-old wonder. Play fake on first down. To the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Hogan. Chris Hogan from 26 gets position on McLeod to turn it back into a 1-possession game.
This is just unbelievable offensive football. You're going to see Hogan is going to work to the outside and then back in. What a patient route this is. This is a veteran player understanding he has time. He understands that Tom Brady is going to sit there, look off the free safety, get him back in the middle of the field, and this is turning into fast break basketball out here.
Gostowski for the extra point. 3.5 to go in the 3rd, and Tom Brady has already thrown for 403 yards.
It is one of the all-time greats.
They win the game, and it will be 55 total points. Still have 18 minutes of regulation to play. Over 900 yards of total offense in the game. Chung and Wisniewski, both injured on the last series, are both back in the game. Jay Ajayi starts as the running back. Foles puts it in the stomach and throws to the sideline. Pulled in along the sideline by Aguilar. Perfect throw. Nice catch. First down. Gain of 24.
This is another great adjustment here by Peterson, because you end up with everybody thinks that RPO, those run-pass options, that you're going to throw slants. So what have we seen tonight? Just the opposite. The Patriots line up a bit inside to take away those slants, and then Nick Foles goes to the other option, that fade from the inside position.
Peterson and Reich have really come up with a great plan tonight.
I'll tell you what, though, we have not heard much from Alshon Jeffrey since they made the move to put Stephon Gilmore on him.
Caught 3 early on. Foles fires, caught over the middle. Torrey Smith gets free down the seam and takes the ball to the 33-yard line. Tackled there by Devin McCourty. First down.
One more time, just that RPO action, and you could see that Nick Foles, since he started running this play about 2 games ago as the playoffs started. His comfort level and his confidence has just shot through the roof. I don't think I'll ever get over what he did against the #1 Minnesota Vikings defense 2 weeks ago, and now he's doing it to the Patriots.
Shredded them. 2 minutes to the end of the period. On to the outside. He'll get taken down there by big Malcolm Brown. Number 98 for a game of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
Boy, Malcolm Brown is so good. What a great battle that is with he and Jason Kelsey going at it inside in the middle. But Malcolm Brown has long been the centerpiece to me of this defensive line. He has the quickness. Kelsey is quick, but he just fought through the inside gap there and made the play. And Wisniewski back in the game as well.
At the 32, 2nd down and 8. Running back is Clement. End around. Aguilar tries to get the first down. Is very close. They'll give it to him at the 23-yard line. He's tackled there by Eric Rowe.
Yeah, we had not seen much of Nelson Aguilar on these reverse plays during the course of the regular season. But since the last game of the regular season and into the playoffs, he has 3, 4, 5 of those plays now, and they have been picking up some big first downs.
Most total yards in Super Bowl history already, with over 15 minutes to play. 955 total yards. Foles goes to the end zone and incomplete. Had a couple of receivers down there. He had Burton and Ertz, both tight ends. 34 seconds now, and it's 2nd down and 10.
Tell you who continues to impress me in this game, and that's Patrick Chung. I really felt like the 2 tight ends would be such a factor in this ball game, and one of the unknowns was Trey Burton, who really is an excellent route runner. We know what Zach Ertz can do, but for the most part, Patrick Chung has had a good feel for both those guys.
Yeah, we thought Burton would play a bigger role in the game, but he has thrown a touchdown pass.
Yeah, other than that, other than the biggest play of the game.
Right.
Thank you.
2nd and 10. To Smith on the outside. A stiff arm there. Gets taken down by McCourty. 3rd down. Back to the trick play now.
Yeah, you know what made this so interesting was when they went to the direct snap on 4th and 1, I thought Clement was going to just run power off tackle or something, and then it was a circus after that. What a well-orchestrated play. Doug Peterson has so much guts to in that situation.
That's right off the street. Waning seconds of the quarter. 3rd down and 3. And they're going to run it out. That's the end of the quarter. So we played 3 exciting quarters. Philadelphia 29, New England 26, Super Bowl 52. Resumed after these messages from your local stations. They first started play in 1933.
He said, I thought if I ever lived to 100, I would see this kind of up and down the field.
So here we go. 15 minutes of regulation left. It's 3rd down and 3. And Foles will swing it out and getting blasted right now. Marquise Flowers hits Nelson Aguilar to make it 4th down.
It's really a great job by Flowers, because it looked like one of those motions, but he's going to stop and go back out, and then Flowers is going to come up and recognize what was going on. So let's just give him credit. His speed, able to get out and make that play.
That's a loss of 8. Turns it into a 43, make it a 42-yard field goal attempt now. Jake Elliott, longest field goal made by a rookie. In the Super Bowl, he would break that here, and he does. Inside the right upright. So just a few seconds into the 4th with a flag now down. There's a flag down. That was a 4th down and 11.
Yeah, it looks like it's against the Patriots.
Offside. Defense number 94. That penalty is declined. The result of the play, successful field goal. Timeout.
Take those points off the board. Would have made it a 4th and 6. 6-point game.
I've been feeling hopeless, but I'll wait for you.
I've been looking for a savior. I've been looking for a savior. I've been looking for a
Been around the world now, yeah.
I've been looking for a savior.
You ain't seen nothing yet, kid. We're just getting started.
When you use Groupon in your neighborhood, you're not only saving money, you're also supporting local business. I mean, what kind of person wouldn't want to support local business?
I hate local business. Family owned, even better. Shut it down.
When you save in your neighborhood, it feels so good. It didn't feel good for him, no. Download the app and save. Groupon.
Super Bowl 52 on NBC is brought to you by Verizon. Help us thank first responders at allourthanks.com. By Bud Light, reminding you to not drink and ride your horse. By Amazon Echo. And by Jeep, the spirit of adventure, the promise of freedom.
Some team will win some nice jewelry tonight as we take a look at most Super Bowl wins. The Steelers have won 6. Did that in a 34-year period. And the 49ers won 5 along with the Dallas Cowboys. And the Patriots also with 5, trying to make it 6 in 17 years. The Steelers won their 6 in twice as many years, 34. Touchback here, and New England will begin its next drive from the 25-yard line. Last 2 Super Bowls against Seattle, and last year, of course, in overtime. 370 yards, 127 rating. You know, we've said it before. Father Time has no idea where Tom Brady lives. None.
None. And the other part of it is no sacks in this game at all. Now, we've seen the Philadelphia Eagles. They got some pressure in the first half on a pretty consistent basis, but they didn't finish him off. You have to finish off Tom Brady.
Brady now starts this drive, handing it off to Burkhead, the former Cincinnati Bengal. Picked him up in the offseason, picks up 6 here. Make it second down. Let's call it 2nd and 5, being a 5.
And the other thing that Tom Brady has done so effectively here in this ball game so far is take advantage of those aggressive linebackers. 43% of these passes now in the first 3 quarters off play action.
Burkhead again up to the 40-yard line. They mix and match. I mean, they have so many guys who can do so many things. Get a whole bunch of Swiss Army knives, running backs, guys on defense, multiple roles.
Nice double team on the outside right out here. Watch as Nate Solder gets the double team, then gets up to the next level and takes care of Nigel Bradham.
Brady from the 39. Burkhead again. Slants to the outside. His 3rd run in a row. Good one here. Picks up 5. Tackled there by Jalen Mills. 2nd down.
Just when you think you know what the New England Patriots are going to do, they come out and start running the football. Rex Burkhead has really been known as much as a receiver when he got in the game. Remember him against the Denver Broncos? We saw him, played so great out there catching passes. So let's see if they're setting the hook here just a little bit and start looking for Burkhead as a receiver.
Those 3 runs on the last 3 plays, his only runs of the night. Keep him in with the fullback Devlin. Swinging out quickly to Hogan. Nice catch there. And a good tackle to stop him a little short of the first down.
It's amazing what that field goal felt like in that last drive. It felt like a huge success for the New England Patriots. I mean, that's the way this game has been going. And now Jim Schwartz needs to return the favor on this 3rd down. He has not blitzed very much at all. And when he did, he got burned. I don't expect it here.
3 receivers set to the left. White is in the backfield. It's Amendola. Moving. And Amendola backhands it for a first down. Run out by Jalen Mills, converting on a 3rd down. Nobody does this better right here. When they put Amendola in motion and you see Jalen Mills go across with him, right now, Tom Brady knows exactly where he's going to throw the ball. His best receiver in the clutch, in the big moments, in the 4th quarter, Danny Amendola. Burkhead back in. Brady fires open at the 30-yard line. Amendola again. Danny Amendola, and the ball comes out, but the play was whistled dead. McLeod is there. And an offensive line, fabulous job.
Yeah, no question. Look at how quickly Nate Solder got out there on Barnett. And that gave Tom Brady plenty of time. Even though there was some pressure, he just casually steps up. And now they're starting to do that play-action pass against a single high safety where Amendola is going across the formation. And because the protection is there, Brady's winning the battle.
He's barely been touched tonight. Swings it out here. Amendola again. That's going to set up the first down and goal. You know, it's funny, Chris, we both know that the Giants won those 2 Super Bowls because of all of the pressure they were able to put on Brady. So everybody's talking about, well, Philadelphia can do that with their 4 guys, but they haven't tonight.
They haven't, and they haven't at least in part because of the pace. The pace just wears defenses out. It doesn't give you a chance to get set. It doesn't give you a chance to run exotic looks. And Brady has seen everything. Everything. Whatever you show him, he takes it and extrapolates it out and makes it into a big play.
No sacks for either team in the game. 2nd down and 1. Picking up the first down. Taking it to the 3 goes James White. Down to 10 minutes in the 4th quarter.
We saw it in the Super Bowl last year, but when Tom Brady can get a game into the 4th quarter, all those sacks, all those pressures, all those hits start to go away because the defense wears down a bit, and I think it's even happening to Philadelphia. I didn't think it would, but the interior pressure of these tremendous football players, Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham, Tim Jernigan, all those guys in there, they've been non-factors against Brady.
9th play of the drive. And Brady will throw, and it's a low throw, and it is incomplete. Therefore, James White.
You say, boy, that was a low throw, but in reality, it was exactly what Tom wanted to do. Only his guy has a chance at this ball. Just one hop in there, but there's no way he was going to give those 2 defenders a chance for it. You miss it low, no big deal. Come back here on 2nd down.
2nd and goal. Over 1,000 yards in total offense tonight. 567 for the Patriots. And Brady lost one for Gronkowski, reaching for it, touchdown. They look unstoppable right now. And New England has its first lead of the game. Gronkowski beats Darby for the touchdown.
One more time, Al. Amendola goes across the formation, and what does that do? That signals man coverage, and you know you have Gronkowski with a tight split, being able to go to the fade route in the corner of the end zone against a much smaller cornerback and Ronald Darby. It's a chess game.
And they will have their first lead of the game if they make the extra point. But tonight, you don't know.
Yeah, and we've
plenty of drama.
These kickers look a little unsteady on both of these logos in the middle of the field. Apparently, there were some issues for these kickers, and there were a lot of people out inspecting that area before the game, so we'll see.
Yeah, there it is. The 52 logo. Boy, that can get into your head. So the extra point to give New England its first lead of the game. And puts it down. And the Patriots are on top. PP or the NFL app on your mobile device. And you can vote for the Super Bowl 52 MVP. Have an idea who might be in front at the moment.
Win or lose?
Well, just at the moment.
At the moment.
33-32. It normally goes to somebody on the winning side. A lot of football to be played. 9:22 left in regulation. That's the mantra. Do your job.
Somewhere over there, somebody has to make a play. One turnover, one sack, one something. They have to make a play.
Won't be here because the touchback will take it out to the 25-yard line. Dante Scarnecchia is going to turn 70. He had retired. They bring him back to run the offensive line. One of the great assistant coaches in recent NFL history.
There's a lot of greatness associated with the Patriots. I'm not sure that guy's name is quite as well known as everybody else's, but when he left, the Patriots were a different team. When he came back, the Patriots were what we're seeing tonight.
Trying to win back-to-back Super Bowls, trying to win 3 out of the last 4. Jay Ajayi is the running back. Philadelphia begins this drive from the 25-yard line. Play clock at 1. Ajayi bangs his way up to the 29-yard line. Gain of 4, 2nd down and 6. McCourty in on the tackle.
Yeah, anytime you watch Doug Peterson's play calls, he takes advantage of 2 great athletes on this offensive line. Jason Kelce at center, Lane Johnson. You'll see those 2 guys pulling, misdirecting, leading the way on so many of these run plays. Tremendous athletes playing up front.
Ajayi stays in, 2nd down and 6. Foles buying time. Lead downfield, one-on-one, adjusting but incomplete. Torrey Smith and Eric Rowe. One-on-one downfield. That's going to make it 3rd down and 6 with 8.5 to go.
Well, James Harrison's a guy they're going to get the education from, but I have to say, Halapoulivaati Vaitai on the outside for the Philadelphia Eagles has grown as much in the last month as any player I have seen in a long, long time. Yes, Harrison got him a little bit there, but that young man right there has turned his game around.
And he replaced the All-Pro Jason Peters when he went down with an injury at the midpoint of the season. 3rd and 6. And whistle before the snap.
First charge timeout. New England. A 30-second timeout.
New England takes a timeout. Timeouts are precious, but whatever it was, they wanted to get the right personnel, the right scheme in there. Take it now, 3rd down and 6 upcoming.
Yeah, that's one that, whatever reason, they probably got stuck in man coverage and didn't like what they were looking at and didn't want to give this one up. They get off the field here the way that Tom Brady and this offense is going. You have to think the Eagles have problems. We haven't seen them stop them yet.
No. 21 points for New England. in the second half.
I'll tell you, Alshon Jeffrey needs a place. Stephon Gilmore has tied him up since he's made the move out there.
We empty the backfield and go 4 by 1. Foles fires over the middle, and that is caught. Big first down. They all become big right now. Zach Ertz makes the catch. First down.
Yeah, they played the lurk coverage. They had a lot of coverage in the middle of the field with the second slant in. Goes out and then back in. They drew that lurking coverage in the middle of the field away and gave Ertz the chance for the one-on-one.
Foles 315 yards through the air tonight. Blunt back in. Give it to Blunt. Not much. Up to about the 39-yard line. Second down and 8.
Well, you do not see LeGarrette Blunt go backwards like that very often. That was some play coming down the line. Wasn't sure exactly who it was, but for Matt Patricia, that now gives him a chance. Right down the line, and there we go. That's Lawrence Guy. The one guy we haven't heard a whole lot from tonight is Trey Flowers, and I would have said he, along with Malcolm Brown, were their two best along that front seven.
Agreed. Talking about a guy with 2.5 sacks against Matt Ryan in last year's Super Bowl. Clement is the running back. Play fake. Foles drops it off underneath to him. And Clement tries to charge his way to a first down. He's going to be stopped a little short. For the moment, Chung able to prevent the first down to make it 3rd down and 1.
One of the really underappreciated parts of the New England Patriots in this secondary is their ability to tackle in the open field. Some teams don't practice that so much. I'm almost always amazed early in the season, you will see these safeties having to make those open field tackles time after time, and they made it in a big moment right there in the Super Bowl.
3rd and 1 with Ajayi in the backfield. Smith in motion. Pass caught on the outside by Smith, but he cannot get to the line to gain. McCourty with the tackle, and it's 4th down.
Big play there by James Harrison. They were in trouble. The veteran saw this thing coming across and got just enough of Torrey Smith here to give his coverage a chance to get across the field, and McCourty able to make the tackle. But that was all James Harrison. What a heads-up play, veteran play right there.
For the moment, they're going to leave the offense on the field. Do you dare?
Have to.
Well, Doug Peterson, you got 5:48 ticking down. The ball is at the 45. It's 4th and 1. The play clock is down to 4. And they go for it. And Foles under pressure throws caught just enough for the first down. Zach Ertz, forward progress, nets him the first with 5.5 to go.
Nice big play inside. Those big tight ends working together on that one. 2 tight ends on the left, and Ertz coming around the other way. One of the most dependable pass catchers in the National Football League. Didn't drop a pass all season, and when they needed it most, he hangs on.
6 catches, 56 yards for him.
Well, you have to start paying a little bit of attention to the clock now, too.
Might be set up for a fantastic finish. 4:52 remaining in regulation. It's a 1-point game. Eagles at their own 47-yard line.
Now, you know what was interesting? By going for it on 4th down there, for Doug Peterson, you'd almost prefer to have given New England the shorter field. Even if they score a touchdown, it's an 8-point game, right? And you're still going to get it back. You couldn't have them bleed the clock. This is crazy. For the Philadelphia Eagles, obviously, best case scenario now. Establish your running game, milk the clock a little bit, but you can't imagine a scenario where Tom Brady's not getting this back.
Peterson knows no fear. We've seen that in evidence plenty tonight. Blunt is the running back. LeGarrette Blunt into a lot of traffic. End of a yard, needing 2, a little shy of the first down, 2nd and long.
But that really gives you some options now. Matt Patricia, the defensive coordinator, to make that first down run stop. Now you have everything on the table. James Harrison The old wily veteran out there on the left-hand side. Does he have one trick up his sleeve? We've seen him with some late moment success. Late in games to win them with big sacks.
Second down and 9. Ball's flushed out. Throws, and that is caught. And staying in bounds is Aguilar. And that will move the chains. Covered by Chung. Good catch.
James Harrison was coming off the edge, and Nick Foles had no choice. He had to escape, get out, but he has made these throws on the run tonight. Harrison now starting to size up Vaitai with his bull rush. Just get ready. He's going to give him a changeup. He's going to grab that outside arm and bend it, and we'll see. I've seen this changeup before.
From the 43. Four-man rush. Foles fires, caught over the middle to the 22. Headset on. Playing with one of the toys there. And there is Dad with 307. What a night he has had. 352 yards. 1,081 yards tonight so far. Most in any NFL postseason game ever.
Nick Foles, when asked questions about his wife and child this week, got choked up and couldn't finish the answer. Said, she is my rock, my wife.
Patrick Chung is out. Johnson Batamosi stays in. Harmon safety now on first down. Aguilar chased out by Harmon. Chris, you know what's so great about this game is that the game has been terrific from start to finish. I mean, last year people say, well, great Super Bowl. Overtime, it was 28-3.
The game has been relentless, just relentless. I mean, as great as the halftime entertainment was, it was fantastic. This game has been as good as Justin Timberlake.
Start to finish. Only one punt all night. Very few penalties as well.
That was a big force out of bounds right there, though.
2:37. Ball at the 14-yard line. Through the middle. Jockey backing up. Gets the ball down to the 12-yard line. And the Patriots are going to take a timeout. So they've now taken 2. They have 1 left plus the 2-minute warning.
Which makes everything on the table here. Let's say that they go down inside and get inside for a first down. Boy, things start to get really interesting from there because of that lost timeout early in the half by the Patriots.
But how much time do you really need for Brady to work his magic again? Anyway, first things first, second down and 7 with the ball now at the 11-yard line.
Depends on when the first down happens.
Yeah. Clements in the backfield. Big night for him, 100 receiving yards. Take it to him, throw to the end zone, and it's incomplete. A little pushing and shoving there with Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. Covered by Gilmore. Collins' roommate, third down and 7.
This has been the story right there. Gilmore has been fantastic. They did not start the game with Gilmore following Jeffrey. He made a few big plays, made the touchdown. They switched back, and he is taking over the game on the outside.
Huge play here. Of course, they can take the lead with a field goal to get a touchdown. Almost certainly go for 2 to try to make a 7-point game. First things first. Third down and 7 from the 12.
Backwards out wide, one-on-one.
Clement flares out to the right. Caught over the middle and into the end zone. Zach Ertz for the touchdown. And again, all you can think back to now is the Jesse James play with Pittsburgh. Does he complete the process?
I don't know. That ball comes loose. He does catch it. But at what point is it loose on the ground?
Gets inside McCourty, who stumbles. Ball pops out.
I'm not even taking a guess.
No.
As he was rolling over, it looked like that's when the ball came out. Does he control it when it gets off the ground? There is... Does the ball actually make contact with the ground?
He has control of it here. Ball pops out. Al Riveron is the head of officiating. You know, I'm sure in Pittsburgh they're going, are you kidding me? If they call Jesse James back, what are they going to do with this one?
I think they have to overturn it. Now, the question was he a runner? Was he going to the ground in the process of the catch? If he were a runner and crosses the line and dives, it would have been a touchdown. But if he's still a receiver going to the ground in the process of the catch, I think this is incomplete.
Yep. If I had to guess, I say it's going to get overturned. This drive began with 9:22 on the clock, taking off 7 minutes. Now, if it gets overturned, it's going to make it 4th down. And in all likelihood, the field goal unit comes in.
I cannot wait for them to change this rule.
Hopefully by the end of the game.
Oh, my goodness, that is so close. Because he had control on the ground for a second, and then he rolled over, and then it popped up. So was it the ground that popped it up, or did he just lose control of it?
Well, you knew that the catch, no catch thing was going to rear its ugly head before this night was done.
The question in my mind was he going to the ground in the part of the catch?
If they rule him a runner, it stays as a touchdown. The whole thing is do you rule him a runner at this point? But they call him a runner. He breaks the plane as a runner. If it stays, that's going to be the reason.
I think he was running and diving for the end zone, but what constitutes going to the ground? It's always close. It's subjective.
But it's always, if you're a runner, it's one thing. If you receive it, it's another thing. If they rule that he was a runner, it's going to stand.
After review, the receiver possesses the football, becomes a runner, breaks the plane of the goal line. The ruling is confirmed. It is a touchdown.
They have to go for 2. Julie Ertz, soccer star, just watched her husband get into the end zone.
Here we go. Well, we know what their first 2-point conversion play was. It was the reverse. They scored the touchdown on the pass to Foles. You know they have at least 3 in their hip pocket. We're going to see number 2 right here.
.221 in a 5-point game right now. That man will be back shortly. Curtin comes in motion to the inside. Foles rolling, throwing, and it's incomplete. Intended for Clement. He was covered there by Van Noy, so it remains a 5-point game.
It's a good play here by Van Noy. He's made a few tonight. Forced him up underneath and didn't give a real angle for Foles to make this play here. Foles looked back for his inside receiver. That option not there, and just took a shot. Ooh, a little early contact on that one. Was he a runner? Would he have gone to the ground? I think there was contact on the part of McCourty there. In the process of that play, if McCourty wasn't there, would Ertz have been going to the ground? That's a hard call.
Very. But they ruled him a runner at that point, and the call stands. You knew there would be something crazy at the end. You knew it.
Always. And now guess what? Tom Brady with 2:21.
Might as well have a month. 2:21, the 2-minute warning, and a timeout. He's got all day. 3 possessions for New England in this half. All 3 have resulted in touchdowns.
What a game.
11 game-winning drives, fourth quarter or overtime. 5. In other words, all of the games that he has won, the Super Bowl games he has won, he's had a comeback. Does he make it? A half dozen.
3 straight 75-yard drives for Tom Brady for touchdowns. Can he do it a 4th?
White in the backfield. Starts with the pass to the outside, Gronkowski, and he will step out of bounds. Bradham stops the clock. Brady and Gronkowski, after Gronk had only 1 catch for 9 yards in the first half. Whole different story here.
Missed the early seam and then just got hot. Really took over. Anytime it was Gronk one-on-one, the ball was going to him, just as it does in all big situations, and I have no doubt in my mind it'll happen again.
2nd and 2.
Whoa.
Brady gets hit, the ball is out, and Philadelphia has it. Derek Barnett comes away with it. Brandon Graham was one of the guys who got in there. And it's New England's only turnover of the game. And it's the first sack of the game.
Just like the New York Giants back in the day, taking an outside pass rusher in Brandon Graham and putting him inside against the guard, Shaq Mason, pays huge dividends with the first sack fumble of the game. No question, that ball is out.
That stands absolutely no question. The rookie Barnett, their number 1 pick out of Tennessee.
Number 73 is reporting as an eligible receiver. 73 is eligible.
So 2:09. New England has a timeout. The clock can stop twice. They can take a timeout. You can also have the 2-minute warning. They can limit Philadelphia to a field goal. It would still be a 1-possession game. It would be 8 points. New England would be out of timeouts. 2:09. Ball at the 31-yard line. Keep it on the ground. Make them take the timeout. LeGarrette Blount to the 28-yard line. 2:03. That took 6 seconds. And there's your final timeout. It will stop once more at the 2-minute warning.
Brandon Graham has been their best all season at getting pressure. Here he goes from the defensive tackle position. Ordinarily, he plays outside. They have been working him more and more on the inside for that very reason. Get your best pass rushers on the field. That allowed Chris Long to get on the field, Barnett on the other side, and it has been so frustrating all night long for this Philadelphia Eagles defense, and yet with everything on the line, they finally get to Brady.
Nick Foles on the sideline. Brady checking the replay.
I've seen this movie too many times to think this game is over.
2nd and 7. Swinging to the outside. And still charging is LeGarrette Blount. So that takes us to the 2-minute warning. It comes with officially 1:56. It'll be 3rd down and 5 on the other side of the break in Super Bowl 52.
Has a reputation of relentless effort. And Jerry Fleury said, yeah, we're playing the Patriots. This is not over.
Yeah, he was in the movie business. You're right. He's seen this movie before, too.
Now, do you have the guts to throw it one more time, or are you just taking that clock?
3rd down and 5. See what Peterson calls here. Keep it on the ground, give it to Blount, and stuff him at the 28-yard line. So that's Butler. Now they can take the clock all the way down to a little over a minute and try to make it an 8-point game with a field goal attempt.
Yeah, with a field goal with a rookie kicker and Jake Elliott, you miss it. You're going to place the ball out around the 35-yard line, something like that. and turning it over to Brady with a chance to win. How much pressure could be on this kick for Jake Elliott?
Well, this rookie in his second game as an Eagle kicked a 61-yarder at the gun to beat the Giants back in week 3. Peterson says take the clock all the way down and take the timeout right here with 70 seconds.
30-second timeout.
There it is. The Lombardi Trophy. Does it make its way to Broad Street? The main drag in Philadelphia?
They have had some parties for championships there, but I've been around Philadelphia football fans. This might be the biggest one of all. They bring this thing home.
This is the capper. I mean, the Phillies and the Flyers and the 76ers all had big-time parades. This would be the capper.
You can assume nothing here. The snap, the hold, you know whatever rush the Patriots have, you're going to see it right here.
46-yard attempt. Lovato to snap it. Donnie Jones to hold it. It is good. Big time. 65 seconds. So Brady has to get it all the way down the field and then a 2-point conversion.
You just cannot imagine the amount of pressure, and to rotate that ball with the laces straight back. We saw that in a playoff game before and a missed field goal. To calmly spin those laces around and give the young rookie a free swing at it. It's a great job by Jake Elliott, but nice job by Donnie Jones too.
41-33. Robert Kraft. His team has gone to 9 Super Bowls. Counting this one.
Same situation, right, as last year. They needed 8.
Yep.
They go down, they score, they get the 2-point conversion, they win it in overtime.
So Elliott to kick off. Dion Lewis, and he's a guy, we saw him on a Sunday night in Denver. Run one back for a touchdown, and this is returnable from the 6-yard line. Wow. He's going to flip it back to Burkhead, but he's going to get wrapped up and knocked down back at the 7-yard line.
That is a really interesting call. You go for the home run shot, I guess, but that play almost took the ball right out of Tom Brady's hands. Going to come with the reverse, back the other way, short kick, gave him an opportunity. But oh, baby.
Yep. And you took several seconds off the clock as well.
I think that was part of the reason they kicked it short. They wanted that clock running.
So from the 9, he's got to go 91 yards and convert a 2-pointer. And Brady begins by slinging one to an open receiver, and that's Hogan, but he can't make the catch. Got free down the sideline. 2nd down.
Chris Long with a little pressure here on this one, and the significance now of being able to protect the boundaries. We've seen that in the playoffs with Stephon Diggs' play. You need to keep them in bounds now because it's going to be very difficult to get up there and get that next play going.
Chris Long, son of Howie, trying to win back-to-back Super Bowls. Did it with the Patriots last year. 2nd and 10. Brady under pressure, flushed out, slings it across his body and incomplete. Intended there for James White. It'll be 3rd down and 10. It was Derek Barnett putting the pressure on.
I can remember in the Super Bowl, I can't even remember which one it was now, but there was a play at the end of it where Brady was sort of in this situation. I think it was against the Giants. He sort of looked right, pump fake, moved a little bit right, and then threw a go route back across the field to Randy Moss streaking down here, and it was close.
That was the first game against the Giants. Brady now under pressure, almost gets sacked, incomplete. Pocket collapsed. They're down to their last play to try to keep it going. 4th and 10.
Fletcher Cox finally with the pressure that made a difference. So these big guys, it's taken them all game. But back-to-back, their 2 best pass rushers, their 2 best players on this defense coming up big. Chris Long's been a factor too.
This is it for New England. 4th and 10 from the 9. Brady fires, and that'll keep it going. Amendola up at the 20-yard line, but the clock keeps on ticking. What a catch. Yeah, tremendous. And Brady's got to get up there, clock it here. 26 seconds now, and still 78 yards away.
Well, you desperately need something to at least give you Hail Mary position. And I'm sure that Josh McDaniels has to be thinking, what do we have to do to win this football game? We've been going up and down the field. But here it is. You need something around the 50-yard line to just have a few shots into the end zone.
Short pass. Gronk just trying to get out of bounds, and he does. Now you got 20 seconds. Ball at the 33, 67 yards away.
Still time to throw something over the middle if you had to. Hustle up, spike it, and still have a shot at the end zone.
And that would go down in history, let me tell you. Brady. Now he's going to throw short. Gronkowski needs to get out of bounds and does.
There he is.
Boy, oh boy. Almost pulled a little Stephon Diggs routine there.
Wow.
Stayed in bounds. That took 7 seconds off. Now you got 13.
Well, when he dipped inside, took your breath away. But here it is. And you've got one of the great rebounders in football history running down the field. Gronkowski is going to get a shot at the very least with a jump ball, but not before the Eagles talk about it.
30-second timeout.
The Philadelphia Eagles, a guy whose name we need to mention here too is Howie Roseman, the general manager who did a phenomenal job. Free agents, trades, worked the salary cap. There he is, the guy who was kind of the odd man out when he lost a power struggle with Chip Kelly a couple of years ago. Brought him back in. Phenomenal job building this team.
Absolutely is. I kind of thought that we might end up seeing one of the receivers come in and play DB at the end of this game in case you got the jump ball, but nobody in.
Well, they got 3 DBs back at the 20. Brady fires, and it's almost picked off. That took 4 seconds. That's Darby, intended for Philip Dorsett. And you got 9 seconds.
I would rather have 2 shots in the end zone here than that 9 yards.
And then you pray for, if not a completion, at least maybe you get a defensive pass interference call.
There is nobody anywhere close to as tall as Rob Gronkowski. I would jam him with the line of scrimmage. I would not let him run freely off this ball.
Brady under pressure, escapes the sack, launching one for the end zone. It's a jump ball and it's incomplete. And Gronk was there. And time runs out.
This is the end of the game.
And for the Philadelphia Eagles, the long drought is over. Finally. Last championship, 1960, pre-Super Bowl era. And the Philly fans, the dream has finally come true. Lombardi Trophy going to Philadelphia. For Tom Brady, a Super Bowl loss, just a phenomenal game.
There were a lot of unbelievable plays in this game. But for my money, it came back to the call by Doug Peterson on